Yo YouTube, what up? Welcome back to the channel, Squirrel Rage Workshop. I'm Jesse. I upgraded my coils on the 1.4 turbo Sonic. Stick around, I'll show you how I did it. So what we're doing today is lining out the ignition system for the Sonic. NP boosted. They got like some inexpensive kits, but they're pretty good performance for what they are. I think I paid 200 bucks. And I was originally gonna do like this. I was gonna put another sheet that came this way, elevated by about a ½ inch, so I could lay these coils, which they came with these brackets. You don't have to use them, obviously, but I was looking at doing maybe drilling a hole somewhere on this side and laying them this way, like off of that plate that was gonna come back about this far, you know, something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was considering, you know, all kinds of things. And I thought, like, why not simplify it and just stick them directly through the top, resting on this surface here. But then I could just stab all the plugs on, drill a hole this size, you know, to where it'll be sitting on this surface here. Like I was originally thought like this, but they're really close to each other that way. And I was thinking, okay, I'll put it at an angle and then they'll just be sitting in there like that. So I'm gonna drill these 3 and set these there and see what kind of bracket I would have to make and what I could do for now. Alright, so here's the plan. I'm gonna take another layer of this aluminum on the outer edge of this and try to lay it in there right on top of this. And then this one is gonna go straight this way and bend over with about a 2 millimeter difference here to slide over the plastic that it fits on and down a little further. That's probably gonna be like a middle layer. I'm gonna put one more that's gonna go over the top of that. That's gonna be even bigger to kind of just look nice, get it powder coated and all that. And then bolt them together in several places to make it look nice. And that's going to have basically tabs that are 90'd up on each one of these areas here. And that's where I'll secure the coils to it, and then it will be one unit. Then I'll work out the underneath for the spark plug boots. They'll be rigid, and I'll be able to just press the whole unit down onto the plugs, and then use the 2 bolts to mount it in, and that is my plan. I've got the coils mounted on the coil cover, I guess we're calling it. I need to figure out the distance between the coils themselves and the spark plugs. The original system is just a push down system. I've got these two screws just in place for now to locate the holes. There's a mounting system here and here. Hopefully I can get this system underneath all this, and that can stab down, and then I can use the original retaining bolts. I've got this here, which is a gap here, and this surface right here rests inside of this divider right here on this, and then this surface here, which is a little lower than this surface, rests right here. I've just got to make sure that that is on that side being divided by that, and then it sits pretty sturdy. It fits really well. So now I'm on to the rigid connectors underneath these, and then after that it will be the wiring and some sort of mounting situation for the female connector I bought that goes into the coil plug. Let's figure out how deep that is. I found something at AutoZone that might work for my coil on plug little adventure here that I've been going through. The ones I bought from the junkyard are all not usable. Turns out this core here inside here is solid bus, meaning it's just solid copper throughout with some shielding, and there's a internal resistance as well on this one. I don't know where it's at, but it's in there. There's a resistor in there, so this one will not work. And then the other ones that I got, these ones, I can't get them to cooperate either. These are exactly similar, but their springs are longer and their passageways are thinner. Something like that should work. It looks like they're gonna fit on there pretty nice. I need to see, once I put this on the vehicle, how far in the spark plug goes. So I'm just gonna use this piece of number 8, I think it is. Maybe it was number 6. And then use this as a depth meter when I place it on. Spark plug goes way up in there. Way further than I thought it did. Let's get a depth on this. Okay, it goes up in there 1.13 inches. What it's going to end up being is this Duralast CP019 coil on plug boot. Comes with a spring. The spring gets connected into here, pushed into here. Then I've got the springs from my original coil pack for the Sonic. Has its own spring in it. Pull the resistor out, don't need that. Then what's going to happen is this is going to go in, and this is going to essentially you can thread these together. You can couple these together like that, screw them in so that it all becomes one continuous conductor. And the way that this goes, this hole right here is perfect for that in there, for the coil. And when it collapses the spring, it actually stays within this part of the coil. So it's about perfect. What it ends up looking like when it's done is this sticking out of the back a little bit, which gets spring loaded pretty well up into the coil conductor. Then the spring comes to a certain point. That is a piece of rubber that won't allow it to come out any further, but it's the perfect distance. And what it ends up looking like when it contacts the plug is the plug will be sitting there. When I put this down, the contact ends up being perfectly around the whole plug. So I was concerned about just getting like one little point of contact and arcing and stuff. So I was considering putting on like maybe one of these, you know, that I had cut off the crimp part, and it was a thing to put on the plug before. If I did that, it would probably make my chances of a good connection a little less, because I don't know how it'd be sitting in there. Plus, over time, this would wear out that rubber part that retains the springs from coming all the way out. So I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to go straight spring to plug. I think that's pretty much what it was designed for. That's why it's got that that cone shape on the end of it. And so it'll sit like that with about, probably, if I had to guess, about that much pressure. So, I mean, if I turn it a little bit, it'll actually thread onto there a little bit. So like, it's the perfect shape. Obviously, it was made for it. So that's how I'm doing it. Sweet. Now I just need to cut this here, because I'll put the other coil on, put all three of them on, and then this one I'm actually just going to cut big enough for this to essentially fit through. Take this one off, assemble it, and then put this on last with this over it. So this will be coming through this, but still mated all the way up in there with the rest of these.
Blessed like I'm starting with cause enough to spark at will. Flows beyond bars, yet somehow the art was built. Rising over times like truth, rising over lies. My time is overtime, but homie, I ain't sweating time. For what is given could be taken in the moment. Long as I keep it going out, amazing tracks of poet. Listen to your so specific tones, hit them so terrific. Swift through arms till you're gone on your lone addiction. Riffs of gold, make it rose, make it so inventive. Easily put your worlds on world to make a whole of difference. From coast to shores where oceans roar, to where the sun dawns like I never saw before. Phenoms only happen when the happening's happening. A life full of persona to rule and conquer. Yeah. And while you're there looking at me, but now I should be looking at you. All I'm doing is keeping on my grown, speaking in tones, and hopefully it's making you move. Hey yo, and while you're there stuck in a stare, when everything I do is for you, you know it's all love and vibes that can't subsidize. So my advice, do what you do. You know, we on time? Not sure from all the audio and the applaud and the lights make me disorient. Off my equilibrium, my medium. Still I find a time that's divine like you're feeling them. Something like a phenomenal mess that I'm dealing with. Good thing I know about it. This talent, I can't leave home without it. Plus I'm just a product of environments raised around the sirens and the times that kept it firing. Low life predators who look like they were giants easily get caught up if you didn't know the science. See, I knew the legend moves ahead all the violence. Still I hold a headache for the homies who's behind me. Everything ain't grim, sparky shining, then coincided. Everything ain't in unless you the one that defines it. Stuck in a position with missions to kill assignments. Oh, you knew already? F it, never mind then. Yeah, and while you're there looking at me, but now I should be looking at you. All I'm doing is keeping on my grown, speaking in tones, and hopefully it's making you move. Hey yo, and while you're there stuck in a stare, when everything I do is for you, you know it's all love and vibes that can't subsidize. So my advice, do what you do.